Okay, I swear the amount of times I get asked this question literally is going to make my head explode. Like, if I see this question one more time, I'm actually gonna block everybody on the damn internet. What are your pronouns? Like, are you joking? Like, why is this a question we have to ask nowadays? Like, I'm genuinely actually curious. Like, I get it, we have the whole LGBTQ situation going on in this world, but honestly, like, it gets to a point where it's over or too much, I should say. And like, I get it, you know, 2021, you know, years are moving on, be accepting, all that stuff. Hell, we've been doing it for what, years now? Like, I remember back when I was in high school, I actually got really like picked on and stuff because of, if you guys don't know the old storylines, they're all on TikTok, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I've had my situations with the LGBTQ community. And then one thing I should mention is that I don't have any hate or whatsoever for them. Like, I think each of them are outstanding, and I feel great that they want to be a type of person in their own way. Like, that's good, you know, be what you want to be. That's something I always quoted back in my old videos. But to actually, you know, get to that point where you're shoving it down someone else's throat just because you want to make it full on a part of society is gonna be actually very concerning to a point. Like, I maybe sound like I'm ranting and not actually telling a story, but here's where the storyline starts. Like, I remember back in high school when I was just, you know, just chilling in grade 9, I remember sitting in like the hallway. We had this long hallway in our school where like there was a bunch of seats. It was near the theater class where a bunch of theater kids would go. And if you guys don't know, the theater classes were basically where all the LGBTQ people sat, like, all the time. Like, basically, if you were any way in part of the LGBTQ community, the theater classroom was like the best classroom to go to. Like, you automatic acceptance. Like, everyone could be whatever they want. Like, I remember one time actually going in there and seeing like 2 chicks make out, and honestly, that was not a sore sight to see. Anyways, like I was saying though, going on, I remember sitting in that hallway and I was just chilling, sitting, you know, doing my thing, vibing. I was playing on my 3DS actually. I remember I was playing Smash Bros. Shout out to those people who play Smash Bros, because seriously, Smash Bros is like the serious plug. And yeah, so basically I was just sitting on my 3DS, chilling and all that stuff. And I remember in our high school, this chick walked up to me, and this was no ordinary chick. Now, if you guys don't know, basically we had this like LGBTQ like club in our school, and it was held in the theater. Whoop-de-doo, big surprise. Anyways, yeah, so she came up to me, and this was no ordinary person, because she was actually like the head of the LGBTQ community, which is, you know, kind of a big deal. Like, let's just say if you say anything homophobic in front of her, she's gonna like go off at you and basically tear you to shreds, and basically bring up like, you know, Google searches on the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. Like, she would actually, like, let's just say she would shove it down your throat. Like, you're not gonna live tomorrow. And let's just say she wasn't really like liked at all in our school. Like, it got to a point where she would get bullied more than me, and that says a lot. Like, I actually generally felt bad for her, so I didn't make any sort of jokes. I didn't try to like hurt her feelings in any way or actually make her feel hurt, because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't that type of kid. Like, for God's sakes, I made YouTube videos in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. You really think I'm going to make fun of a person that's trying to just, you know, support what's right? In some people's eyes. I can't say to everyone, okay? I gotta make this video, you know, on both sides. I can't just, you know, show love for one direction. Anyways, I remember when I was just sitting there and she was just sitting beside me, I found it really odd of why she sat beside me. Like, I remember literally just looking at her, and then she would look at me, and it was kind of like a back and forth glance until she actually ended up speaking. But as she was like about to say something, she pulled out like a sheet of paper that was on like a clipboard, as if, you know, she was gonna like interview me for some like, I don't know, TV show or whatever. And then she said to me, so Baba, I'm actually curious of a question if I can ask you. Now, I remember literally looking over, and I'm like, what are you gonna ask me? Like I'm scared. Like, I was worried already at that point, because, you know, any questions from this girl, I could either get totally canceled or just destroyed in school, which is, I guess, not a big deal compared to the internet. And she said to me, so like, what are your pronouns? Yes, she asked me the question that I am basically making this video about, because let's be real here, as we guys all know, it's been all over social media that everyone's asking, what are your pronouns? Like, congratulations, you want to know what I am. And I remember when she was showing me the sheet of paper that everyone was like, you know, saying what are your pronouns on, I remember looking through it, and literally it was everyone just kind of making jokes about it. Like, usually I don't like making jokes about the LGBTQ community. Like, it's not a good idea. Like, for God's sakes, they're actually like, you know, a group of people trying to do the right thing, and I respect it, like I said earlier. But I'm not gonna lie, this was hilarious. Some people were making jokes like they were an attack helicopter. Some were saying that they were ghosts. Like, there were some people even saying like they identify as a gaming PC. Like, like, you already know people weren't being serious on the sheet, so I decided not to be serious as well. And I remember I wrote down like some joke that I remember watching on like some TV show. I don't know what show it was, but I remember I wrote down alpha male. And let's just say when I wrote down the word alpha male, it was probably the worst mistake I've ever done. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I think she got more angry at me than the guy who wrote attack helicopter, which is, my opinion, more funny and more out of pocket. But I guess that's a lie. Like, I'm not even joking. I remember she looked over at me and she's like, what did you just call yourself as? And I literally said alpha male, as if, you know, it's a joke. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I looked like this, okay? If I came up to you and I looked like this and I said I'm an alpha male, are you actually gonna generally take me seriously? Like, let's be brutally honest here. Like, come on. No. There's no way. Anyways, yeah, so basically she got really mad, and I remember she was like looking at me, and she's like, wait, so you called yourself the alpha male? Like, how could you do that? Like, that's like not right responsibility. And I don't know, she said a couple words that I wasn't really listening to, because let's be honest, when these people in this community get on a rant, they go on a rant. Like, it's nonstop pop. But at the same time though, I was, you know, I did feel bad, because I'm gonna be honest, like it was kind of out of pocket. Like, I didn't think the word alpha male would be as bad as attack helicopter or gaming PC. I guess, you know, being identified as like an actual object compared to an alpha is a really big deal. Anyways, yeah, so basically I remember she got really mad, and then she got up and went to the theater classroom, and I was like, okay, you know, that's fine. You know, I guess, you know, it's just a long day, you know, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get ready to go home, blah blah blah. But as I was walking away from the bench that was in the hallway, she instantly came up with a bunch of different people, and oh my goodness, was I scared. I literally had like a whole horde of like LGBTQ members just like coming up to me, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt like it was like the movie 3000 when like Sparta was coming at like, you know, whatever the other person was. Like, dude, let's just say it was concerning. So I remember just sitting there, and after they all came up, like, and they're all like basically like, you know, yelling at me and shoving it down my throat, like, hey, you gotta respect the LGBTQ community and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And like it got to a point where I actually like generally got worried about my health and like my safety, because like I don't know what these guys could do, or what they could do. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm just trying to explain how my safety felt in that moment. And let's say I didn't feel safe. Anyways, they all like came around me. It came like a circle. They started yelling at me and stuff like that. And then I remember the principal walked up to me, and they're like, what's going on here? Like, hey, everyone move back. What's going on? What's going on? And I explained to the principal like how I said I'm the alpha male or whatever. And they like, you know, he kind of chuckled, but at the same time, he's like, you gotta talk to me in my office. So we went to the office, and then he basically like was explaining to me how like you can't be making jokes like that. Like, this is a serious thing that they're like going through and stuff like that, and they want to feel respected, and I respected it. I was like, you know what, you're right, I shouldn't do that. 100%, you know, I agree. And yeah, basically to this day, like I try to like stay away from like, you know, really making stories about the LGBTQ community. But to be honest, I gotta be honest here. When I make these stories, like I want to be honest about what's going on, what happened in my life, and knowing how popular saying what are your pronouns in like every different platform is, I just want to express my storyline on it and basically just give my point across. But if you are in any way, shape, or form part of the LGBTQ community, or any form of community that you want to be in and stuff like that, just know like I support being what you want to be. I think it's a serious thing, and I do think like, you know, you can be what you want. You know what I mean? As for knowing the specifics of things like, you know, LGBTQ, I think there's more letters in there. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not like fully in-depth learned about it, and I'm not educated on it, which I should probably be eventually. But like I said, I'm not hating on anyone. I think everyone's outstanding their own way. Anyways, guys, that is basically it for the video. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love, and thank you very much for 20,000 subscribers we officially hit. Hope you guys enjoy the storyline. And like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace.